the Ernie cards that we used to have to deal with in practice every day?
That could be, yeah, that could be part of it. I mean, it's not. I mean, there's a lot of, all those cards. There's, that's a lot of reading, a lot of film study. Because I always try to put myself inside, the other team. What are they going to do against us?
Yeah,
maybe it's a play they ran 3 years ago, and I've been waiting for 3 years, to run this against us in practice. Sometimes it actually plays out that way in the games. Most of the times it doesn't, but I always thought, keep everybody alert.
Do you ever remember a time where we had one of those crazy Ernie cards where we were all bitching and complaining like, oh, we'll never fucking see this? You've seen it when the offense is over.
Yeah,
what the fuck is this? What are we doing? Jesus Christ. We're never. Do you remember specifically a time that?
For instance, we're playing the Dolphins. It's probably around 2011. So because Brian Dayball, of course, was with us for a number of years, was the offensive coordinator, and I said, "What's Brian going to do?" And they had the throwback to the quarterback off the shotgun.
Yeah.
So we ran that in practice, and people were all, "What the hell? What's this?" Well, they ran exactly that play in the game, and the fact that we had seen it meant that we could react to it just in time. To make the play on defense, because the stuff it's happening so fast. If you got to think, it just went by me. You got to be able to anticipate. In fact, one of the great lines for coaching football was somebody I have tremendous respect for, Tom Landry, who would say, "Anticipation beats reaction every time." Yeah. Think ahead of that. Hey, we know this is the situation. This is what we got to watch out for, and that just makes a world of difference to just being out there playing. Oh my God, the play just went by me.
Yeah.
And how you've seen a lot of guys, they're always half a step late, and that doesn't work.
And that's what I try to explain to people, like when they ask, "What was your guys' day-to-day like?" And I'd be like, "Oh, well, we'd walk through plays, we'd walk through the walkthroughs, then we'd go to a built-in drill for that specific play, take it to a 7-on-7, then do a team, and we'd have all these reps, and you'd run 30 new plays, but you'd rep them 4 or 5 times, and guys would bitch and complain. But then when it came to game day, like Ernie said, it's in your subconscious. It's built in your subconscious. So you react and you've seen the play. It becomes deja vu. On this technique, this happens. Oh, I see this guy. I saw it in practice. I saw it in the walkthrough. And it allows you to play fast. And that's something that I always tell everyone. What made our teams was our practice and our ability to really take those meetings. I mean, that's hard to get, 30 guys to really buy in and go over plays. But that's what made us us. Back to these Ernie cards, okay? What people don't realize, we'd have like 3 plays that are 4-point plays, which is third down in the red area, which are 4-point plays because you don't get them, you get a field goal, you need a touchdown. And one time, Ernie brings out this like blitz zero look where these guys jump out, and we look at where he got it from. He got it from when like the defensive coordinator was a quality control guy at UOP in 1991. And Ernie found this one play on a third down in the red area where he used it against a look that we would give him. How many games have you watched, Ernie?
Well, a lot. And, it goes not only watch, but take notes. So I have, I can go to my book looking for, my those crazy situations, and when I write a play, I always label it, hey, this was whatever. Cal against Stanford, 2003, and it was play number 58 in the game. So if I really need to go back and find the video, I've got it right there. I don't pretend that I can just, if I had to just rely on my memory for all of it, it'd take me 3 weeks, which doesn't do any good when the game is Sunday. When I'm doing those cards on Thursday night, I need the information, like right now.
Ernie, you could do a guesstimate. Approximately how many games have you watched?
Oh, God. 40 years worth? which is there's a and of course this is like I would take a team that I thought was good on offense, like from probably 2007 to 2019, the two best offensive teams in the National Football League over that time were the Patriots and the Saints. Okay, I mean they were just year in year out. Both of us were some of the best teams in the league. So I would a nice snowy February day, I just take some Saints games and just go through them. And it's one play. You just grind it out one play at a time. Try to find stuff that was.
People don't realize when he's logging these, he's watching the play, and after each play, he's putting down the formation, the personnel group, the defensive line look, the coverage, the potential blitz, the situation, the score. Like he's putting all that down every time he's watching each play.
And you're making. I'm not.
And then you have a note.
I'm writing.
Oh, you're writing it.
Yeah. You're right on my.
So 100,000 games.
That's probably a little much, and I would pick and choose. Which some games, like in all honesty, two bad teams playing, I would have a hard time, getting myself excited about watching. Like right now the Carolina Panthers playing the Atlanta Falcons. Unless there was something I really wanted to see, it's kind of hard for me to invest 3 hours, to watch it. But if there's teams, who are doing interesting things that I thought, hey, there could be something there that we could use at some point, because there are a lot of plays I might see. I could go Josh McDaniels. Hey, here's a couple plays that I've seen in the league. We should think about putting this in for us. And Josh, we were all doing the same thing. If you want to stay current, state of the art, you really have to be on top of what's going on.
Yeah, and you always were. I remember a lot of people talk about that whole when we had Who Man doing the formations against Baltimore. Mm-hmm. I think Alabama or there was someone who was doing it a couple of weeks before.
Right. And and listen, and
that was probably a project that you
it was a lot like, it's like Bill talked to Nick Saban all the time.
Yeah.
There were this goes back because remember Bill and I met each other as high school teammates in 1970. Okay.
1970. What's
right.
Bill like in 1970? Did he have good feet? You guys were both linemen.
No, we're both we're terrible, but we love football.
But there's so many times I've heard in the meeting room, me and fucking Ernie could do this.
Well, it would depend on what we could try hard. If it required a lot of ability, forget it.
Me and Ernie could get out
all
here.
Right, yeah.